Welcome back to another segment of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. My name's TJ. Please like, share, and subscribe. This segment is going to be a continuation of my last segment. It's going to involve Dr. Fauci. There's been a couple more news reports that come out on the Gateway Pundit. Thanks to the investigation of White Coat Waste Project, it's become known that he's been involved in a few other medical experiments. And aside from having the beagle puppies, their heads being gnawed on by sandflies, there was another medical experiment being conducted on other animals, monkeys, in which they drilled into these monkeys' heads and brains and basically put electrodes and chemicals and whatnot into them for, you know what, I don't understand the full extent, but obviously it was done as part of the medical experiment research project. And you think about these news reports, this is the type of stuff that sends PETA over the deep edge. And I'm no advocate of PETA, but I'm hard pressed to say they'd be wrong on this one. Then there's another news report. Now this one's even worse. Gateway Pundit reported that there appears to be a connection between the good doctor and in 2004 research was done on children that had AIDS in the city of New York at a facility called the Incarnation Children's Center. These children, they were diagnosed with AIDS. They were most likely terminal, okay? And as orphans, they were wards of the state. And when you're a ward of the state, you're at the mercy of the state. Well, you could think of these orphans as the object lesson of the phrase, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Obviously, the orphans being the few. Different AIDS, experimental AIDS drugs were tried out on these children. And some children, it's reported, died prematurely. You know, Mac has heard me rant for years now about how the Democrats have little to no appreciation for life. And when you don't value life, this is the kind of stuff you end up with. Yes, these children most likely would have died anyways. But you consider from the elitist perspective how they viewed the offspring of the dredges of society as nothing more as guinea pigs for their medical experiments. And need I remind everyone that all these experiments, the dogs, the monkeys, and now these children, all taxpayer funded. And we've heard about adults who are terminally ill with whatever illness or disease. They meet with their doctor and they make the decision to try this or that experimental drug. But these are adults who understand their medical situation. It doesn't compare to the children who have no understanding of their affliction without an advocate for themselves. They're at the mercy of the state. What I'd really like for someone to explain to me is, why does everything this guy say and do, why is it the final authority? Is it because maybe he's done so much experimenting on dogs, monkeys, and children? If children are society's ultimate treasure, then this country is surely bankrupt. And I'm going to do something here that I normally don't do, but I'm going to read a passage from the Bible. Book of Matthew, chapter 18, verses 6 and 7. They read, King James Version, they read, "But whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Woe unto the world because of the offenses. For it must needs be that offenses come, but woe to the man by whom the offense cometh." As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.